world, everybody outside of the YouTube world. It is I, your Conquistador Javier, coming at you live with D Hyde. What's going on,
What's-
Mr. D Hyde?
Not a whole lot, just ready to make some content in 2020.
Oh man, that's right. We're back, and we are back with Oprah Boys Book Club,
Oprah boys!
the Conquistador Book Club, our comic book club, brought
We
to you
back.
by us, the Conquistadorks.
We back.
That's right. We're back 2020, and we want to come at you strong with a whole list of books that we are excited to read through. I know a lot of people have been showing off their list, top 20, top 10 books of 2020, their grails that they want to acquire this year. We want to do something a little different here on the Oprah Boys Book Club.
Yeah, I got enough shit to buy. I don't need to make a list about more shit to buy.
We're trying to make a little list, compile a list where we talk about the books we want to read. And this can be something modern. It can be something from, dates back, anything back to the Silver Age or later. But we're sticking with a couple series that we've come up with. I've come up with a couple books, and D Hyde has come up with some. And yeah, that's right. We haven't even told the list to each other.
We're keeping it our little secret. That's how we get a show. That's a recipe for a good show.
That's right. But we haven't even told the list to each other. We kept it a surprise, and we're gonna go through the list one by one. It's we have 12 books in total, so 6 each, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And we might see some doubles. We might. I don't know.
That's a mystery.
Yeah, it is a mystery. And we do have some visuals for you guys as well to, show you guys, if you guys are interested in these series and these books, we have some visual aids that you can go after if you're looking for going after these books.
And even if you're not, you'll be familiar with the cover and you'll be like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, because we don't want to just stick to Marvel and DC. We also are throwing in some indies in the lot, but we are going through some superhero titles as well. Because
I'm mostly superheroes. I'm noticing.
Yeah, that's the bread and butter of comics, and that's where a lot of artists get their shine. What's going on, Thomas Wayne? Thank you for hanging out. Late night stream. Going over a couple of books that we want to review and read over the year 2020. I don't know. We might even get through these 12 books a little bit quicker, before the year ends.
Oh, for sure. And these are like wish lists, but I think my main goal, I don't know if you know this, is to narrow down to that one we're going to get at. And we're going to need you, the viewers, to help out as well. Well, we don't need you to. It'd be nice if you gave us a shout and told us, but we don't need you.
Yeah, of course. This is sort of a book club type thing. We do want to make it as community like as possible and try to make it as interactive as possible with the chat. So we are showing these books off early. You guys can watch this on the rewind and look at the books that we're about to list off. And as we go through the Oprah Boys series, we will be going through this whole list, so you can pick up the books beforehand and read them before and come join us in the chat, because that's what it's all about, having you guys there. So, and if you guys have any recommendations, of course, make sure to leave any comments here of what we need to be reading, of what we need to be picking up, whether it be Marvel, DC, or indie, anything obscure, pulpy, whatever it may be. We'll read it. We'll dig it. We read anything, even if it's what would you call that genre that's like indie, but not like Mouse and?
I think those are like qualified as like the things that graphic novel, like the kind of term graphic novel surrounded, because I don't think they came out in single issues.
Yeah, so even if you guys
genuine graphic novels, not just collections of funny books.
Right. So
Yeah.
even if you have some graphic novel recommendations, go ahead and drop them in the comments. We would highly appreciate that, and give us some insight of what the chat is looking after. And we have some amazing members joining us in the chat. What's going on? We already said hello to Thomas Wayne. We got Steve Whiting in the building. What's going on, Steve? Steve says you have the best impressions and the best voices, D-Hyde.
Oh,
So
awesome.
especially your Russian. He's always
Oh.
yeah.
Now I get the comment. I was like, why does he want to? All right. Awesome. We'll
Bake
try.
the Snake, OBBC. That's right, man. Thanks for hanging out. Bake the
Comics
Snake.
under my Cerebrus. Oh, that seems like a big undertaking. That'd have to be maybe a volume, because that's like a 30-year series or something.
I mean, maybe we can do a story inside of that, which is a couple issues or something like that.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm in, because
you have to give us more of a. Well, that's a great recommendation for sure.
Oh yeah, it's something I've always been meaning to read, but as soon as I read that as a recommendation for this, my shoulders got heavy. I'm like, oh.
We'll do one whole show and review the whole thing. We got Goat 99 in the building. What's up, guys? All hail Oprah. That's right, OBBC. She's our muse.
Mm-hmm.
Throw this up there for you guys. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. And, of course, Comics on the Mind.
Our patron saint, Oprah. She is not in any way affiliated with this program. She is just our patron saint, and we love her because she looks over us and gave us the inspiration. We should do a comic book club.
That's right, man.
But she is in no way associated with this. Just so everybody knows, and that's clear. And
thank you, D-Hyde.
Yeah, I just thought about that now, that this might be a bad idea. Oh.
No, but the whole inspiration, as you mentioned it, is because we are trying to have a little bit of a book club ourselves, the Conquistador Comic Book Club. So let's kick things off, man. Last year, 2019, in the premiere series of Oprah Boys Book Club, we did Punisher series.
Oprah Boys?
Look at that sexy poster in the background.
Yeah.
So we did the Punisher series. Welcome back, Frank. And now, Derek, I would like you to go first.
Ooh, all right.
And I have, as I said, I have some visuals for this. How can I do this? Oh, no. Just because.
Bake the Snake just wrote a pretty interesting thing I'd like you to put up on the YouTube for everybody to see.
Of course.
Thank you. Lady that used to work for my grandmother back in the day ended up being one of Oprah's chefs when she was one of her skinny faces. And we salute her for keeping our patron saint nice and thin.
Oprah Boys.
Oprah
What's going on, Ben Compton? Great comments in the chat, guys. Thank you for all your great support. This is our list. Here we go. Number 1. D-Hyde.
I didn't expect the one graphics for this. My first recommendation, these are in no order, even though that's a cool thing to do. Oh, man.
So this is just this is in no order.
Yeah, just when you do something like that.
Our list
presented like ooh. But no, please keep it. Yeah, that's awesome. I recommend. Let me share screen. Yeah,
of course.
Not that one. I need to fix the screen so you don't see what I got planned. There we go. Just because. Yeah, I know it's not. It's more of a mainstream thing. It's not something. It's something that everybody's read, and I have never finished this series. Mr. Miracle by Tom King and Mitch Gerads, I believe. If I'm wrong on that, correct me. But yeah, I've never read it all the way through, and I'd like to. And I remember liking it a lot and thinking it was a great thing, and the art was incredible, but something I never got around to finishing. And this is, I know, one of the good Tom King things. And I know I like Tom King. I know people don't. And I get it. His Batman stuff is dumb. But I like it. And I'd be curious about this. So that was number one.
Number one, and I did spell his last name wrong. So
Number one.
that is a awesome read. I was debating putting Vision series on here because that's one of the series that I haven't read through and that I would like to read through, and opened up a whole like crazy emotional spiral for the Vision and what it means to be like this AI and have a family. But yeah, I was really debating putting that on there, but I decided not to. So I'm excited that you put on Mr. Miracle, this another great Tom King run that he's like, I guess you can say, I don't know, praised. Would you say praised?
Oh yeah, no, people love that thing from what I remember, and especially as it was coming out. I haven't heard much talk about it, but I thought it was great from what I read, and yeah, that would have been a good pick. But it's whatever, life goes on, and you'll read it soon.
Yeah, I'll read it eventually. I'm not like killing myself over it for sure, but I would rather read Mr. Miracle. One of the other runs that I also wanted to put on the list was Jack Kirby's Forever People.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, but that's a lot of stuff. I want to do something for the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, and that's also like a $40 graphic novel,
that's
track type thing. So I didn't want to go that heavy. But Tom King, Mr. Miracle, also Mitch Gerads on the art. 12 issue. What is it, maxi? I guess.
12 issue. It's a mini maxi.
Yeah, 12 issue like mini maxi.
That's a maxi.
Dark Side is, that's where we get that famous quote, that famous line. Dark Side is. I have a couple of those in back issue, but
awesome. I sold mine.
Full run. I don't have the. Oh, nice.
So I'll find a way.
Mr.
All right, Javi. Serve it up to you.
Yeah, I mean, Tom King has a lot of hate for his Batman run, but he has some good award-winning runs. Those runs, Mr. Miracle and the other one, Vision got awards for sure. Oh, here we have a funny one. So that was Mr. D High's pick. Mr. Miracle. Great.
Mr. Miracle by Tom King. So now, serve it up. Knock it out of the park with number two.
And I want to say what's going on. Big Remo, thanks for hanging out, Big Remo. And also Tom's Comic Book and Reviews jumped in here. What's going on? Thanks for hanging out, man, on this late night stream. Excellent story. Amazing run. Have entire run, all covers.
No, awesome.
I don't know what to pick for my first run, but I'm just gonna pick the one that I put down first, which is this run, which I would love to revisit because I haven't read this since I was it's probably since I was like early 20s or something. It's been a long time since I've read this. But it's a 5-issue limited series, X-Men limited series, and it's X-Men Phoenix Ensign. By none other than Greg Pak and Mr. Greg Land, the infamous Greg Land.
It's going to be that kind of year.
And this is a X-Men Phoenix story, of course. Dark Phoenix comes and invades Jean Grey. She becomes evil. She starts destroying things, and I don't want to spoil anything else besides that because it's only 5 issues, and you get that kind of like X-Men 3, which not a lot of people like X-Men 3 the movie, whatever. But you get that like X-Men 3 story, you know, where Jean Grey goes bonkers and people have to do what they have to do.
Right.
You know. And
that's a story that's been that's as old as Jean Grey having the Phoenix, is her going bonkers.
Yeah, and I think it was doing like the Extreme X-Men storyline. You can see Beast there is like looking a little funky.
Oh, is that where he looks like a Catman?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But you know, I wanted to revisit it. You know, that's why I put it on the list because I really dug this storyline when I was a kid, and it was like, well, let me see what's going on. You know.
Yeah. No, for sure. That seems awesome. I've read. It's funny. I feel like I've never read a lot of X-Men, but I really have. If I think about it, it's like, it's just when you sit and read it, it's like I either get in like trades or old library books or reading it through other means. I just flip through them and just kind of eat it like popcorn. And it's like soap opera, a lot of shit happening all the time, so it's easy to forget all of it. And then then I'm reading like the modern Hickman run, I'm like, oh, I remember all of this weird stuff they're talking about. Whoa, a lot of
Yeah. I feel you on that, man. I mean, X-Men comes and goes. You know, there's so much content. You know, there's so much X-Men out there,
and I always love it, but I always feel like I haven't read it. But
for some reason, this miniseries always stood out for me. I don't know why. It just always kind of amongst everything else. It was just kind of like
maybe because of the
it's definitely not the exact same story. Definitely not the
exact. Oh no, of course. But I think it's the sexy Greg Land art that brought you to that keeps bringing you back.
Right, when I was like a little teenager, and I'm like, yes, what is superheroes? Whoa, what? You know?
Oh man, Jean Grey looks real crazy building up a fireball.
If you guys haven't heard about Greg Land, the comic book artist, just go Google him.
Google Greg Land controversy, and then you'll find out all you need to know.
Of course, if you Google XYZ controversy, you know you're gonna come up with anything. But
but for him, you'll get what we're talking about. We'll bring that up, or tracing
X-Men
words, people.
End song, dude. I mean, killer art. Yeah, I mean, come on, that's.
I love him, but it's so funny, and everybody needs to know. He's a great artist.
Yeah.
But it's not even that he traces. It's what he traces.
Right.
That's hilarious, dude.
That's really, to each their own, right? I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. I'm not saying I don't think it's great. It's just it's so funny.
All right, D-Hyde, number 3. Oh man, I need to.
All right, number 3 is a little book that I don't know. I don't think we've either. I don't think there's been a lot of talking about it or anything, but it's The Vision by Tom King.
Yeah, like I said, we did not tell each other these books before.
Not at all. Yeah. This was a few down, but I decided to move it up real quick because we've already pretty much talked about it as much as we need to. This is a great series. I read it once through like years ago and like throughout like as it came out. So I do not remember it really. I just remember loosely what it's about, but I don't remember how heavy it is or like how the art style is even. So I would like to revisit it.
Yeah.
And like we've already said, it's great. People love it. And we can just go through this because this is not like a super obscure thing.
Do you
just break it down?
Do you know how many issues that was in total?
I think that was a 12er.
12er? Yeah. And the artist on that?
That's a good question. I do not remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But of course, great series. I did not know that you were going to bring that up. That is pretty insane. Tom King's The Vision. We just talked about it. Of course, we don't have to dive too much deep into it. Another great Tom series. Right.
Gabriel Hernandez Walta is the artist on the vision.
Nice. No, yeah, that's cool.
All right. So yeah, that was hilarious.
It's like issue 3 or issue 4 is like super hard to find in like single issues, which I've always found interesting.
Because I think there's character introductions and stuff.
Yeah, like the first appearance of his daughter. I forget her name. I just had it.
Viv Vision.
Comic book.
It's Vivian. Vivian.
Yeah. And she becomes a part of the Champions, right?
Yeah, she's still a character around, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, cool.
But number 3. Let's do this.
Of course. How would I should have known, man.
Yeah, no, that's so funny. Like, yeah.
What's going on, Southern Comic Geek? Just going over our list of books to read over the year, over this 2020 year. This is our number 4 pick right here.
Yep.
We got number 4. We live in Florida, so this is just fitting for us.
Oh yeah. Just a couple of orange boys from Florida.
A couple of Orange County boys. I wanted to go with, where is this book? I wanted to go with Chew.
Chew. That's right. We've been talking about that.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. Well, just volume 1, just Chew volume 1. It's, I believe, the first 5 issues, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, all right. That's a tiny book. That's a tiny art.
Yeah, a little tiny.
Oh yeah. I've never read it. I've been interested.
I'm trying to see here. When did this come out officially? But this is by John Layman, and it's drawn by Rob Gulleroy. I guess you could pronounce it. Came out 2011. So Image. Right. Yeah. Are you guys giving away new cars? I wish we could do that, but our goal, our mission, is to make this as interactive and collective as possible with the community. So what we are listing off here, the Conquistadorks are going to be trying to set up like probably quarterly or bi-monthly comic book club boxes, and we will be figuring out a price for those boxes, and then once we figure out a price on those boxes, we will be shipping out these books out to you. So that's our goal. It's in the works, obviously.
All the logistics need to be worked out still, but it is a goal.
Yeah, of course. But if it's not this list, it's probably going to be future lists, or like lists that we compile in the future of series that we want to go through in the course of our book club, Oprah Boys Book Club. And when that is finalized, then you know for sure Conquistadorks are going to be throwing in extra goodies in those boxes. You guys are going to be getting extra comic books for sure. Maybe some prints as well. So thank you everybody for hanging out and joining us. Chew, number 4. That was our pick.
Number 4.
That is right.
Now number 5.
Great series, of course.
Yeah, that's a good series. I remember there was a TV series that was like about to come out, and it skyrocketed Chew's like worth up to the ceiling, and that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I know about it. And it's a detective who chews on stuff. That's really all I know.
And it's this crazy alternate reality, awesome. That's what I really like, and it's very immersive, just between the characters.
All right.
Great detective story. Yeah, I didn't mention that. Good thing you mentioned that.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. All right. I have number 5 up and ready. Ooh, that's a nice 5.
Yeah, number
That's a
5.
solid 5.
Yo, yes. Nice, dude.
Yeah, because I've never read this. I think I may have read an issue or two. Frank Miller's a hilarious writer. Bill Sienkiewicz is an awesome artist. This should be fun. Like this is a really dumb fun thing. I could guess because Frank Miller. Oh boy, that's that's an amazingly talented meathead of a man. I don't know. There's something about him. He's so
Bro, great underground series, and that came out in the 80s, and
yeah.
I'm not too familiar. Of course, I didn't grow up in that time, but I've just heard secondary sources that like in the 80s the comics were all about like underground and like street level thugs and Electro was really popular, Daredevil was very popular, heroes like that were kind of like popping through, and that's when that was coming out, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
and that's 12 issues, I think.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see when it came out.
Yeah, Bill's art in that is insane. His covers just like really pull you in, and then once you're in the book, you're just like flowing through it, because his art is just like
it's insane.
kind of aggressive, but at the same time, it's very flowy and calm at the same time.
Yeah. His painted style is none other. Like nobody can match that. He's brilliant. Like he's one of the few like brilliant like painter artists that are around. Like I'm not usually one for the painted style of comics. Sometimes it works, it's real cool, but other times it just loses me. But he does it perfectly. Like it's insane.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the ones where we'll be talking about the art.
Of
course, Frank Miller.
Frank Miller's a knucklehead. I can't wait to see what he's got in store.
Yeah, that story is like a weird Tom Clancy, like.
I bought the first 4 issues of it, and I've never read it.
Yeah.
That's got a strong vote for me.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I have the first 4 issues. I'll find other means, but
yeah, well, yeah, of course. Like I said, we're figuring out the logistics of it also.
Right. And sorry, Comics on the Mind brings up a good point. Alex Ross does paint too. He is another one who is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect genius.
Lucio
You're right.
Paints, so Lucio Perillo does a lot of paintings, but I mean, all these crazy guys, they're just killer, man. Amazing artists. But Elektra the Assassin.
Yeah. Let me pull that up just so everybody gets a nice look at that cover. It's a tiny picture I found, but it works.
Yeah, it works. It works.
Yeah, I can't zoom in on it none. But there you go. Miller and Sienkiewicz. All right, Javi. I'm pretty excited about that one, actually. When we got to talk about it. Oh, Frank Miller's going to write the dumbest goons and stuff.
Oh, man, that's going to be awesome. Sorry about that.
That's going to be a good one.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, some good stuff, man. Oh, let me pull up my number 6 here. Getting to halfway through the list here. I'm not a Spider-Man guy, you know that, but I wanted to pull these out because this is one of my favorite Spider-Man series, and I feel like not a lot of people know about it.
Do we have a number 6?
Yeah, I pulled it up.
Oh, I didn't see it. That was a good 6. I was looking at comments. Sorry, and I missed the 6. I needed to see the beautiful 6. That's a nice 6. That's a street sign 6.
Yeah, nice. Read that series. Real gritty, yeah. That's what I've heard. It's real like I don't know, street level. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an awesome sentence. I read that series in elementary school. Real gritty. That's awesome.
Pool Ball 6. That's right. If you guys have ever heard of this run, I believe this is technically Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2.
All right.
I don't know, but this is Amazing Spider-Man with Straczynski
Oh,
on the writing,
oh, nice. And Ramita Jr. on art.
and Ramita Jr. on art with Hannah, I guess, backing him up on inks
Awesome.
throughout all 5 issues. This is 5 issues, and it's kind of like a not a retelling, but it's like a kind of like a change for Spider-Man. He becomes a teacher in New York City, so it's heavily rooted in New York. Like just the vibes in it screams New
Yeah.
York City, and Jason Scott Campbell on these covers, killing it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's them giving Peter Parker a new thing to juggle.
Yeah, so they made Peter Parker a science teacher. They're still making him kind of brainy, but not so much a scientist, or putting him in back like he's helping the community, doing this for the kids, doing what he can because that's what Peter Parker would do. This is 32, if I'm not mistaken. So he meets this guy, Ezekiel, and dude, it just becomes a whole like Spider-Man philosophy story from there on out.
All right.
And it's really good.
I haven't read any Straczynski Spider-Man. I don't think that's a hole I have, and I know that's an important thing. And I know this is when everybody didn't hate John Romita Jr. and thought he was good. And
No, it's
yeah, because I
looking back at it now, it's definitely not the greatest, but it's not. I my brother was picking these up, so that's why I have these in my collection right now. So thank you to him. But yeah, John Romita Jr.'s art. This is where I got that introduction to it.
awesome.
That's where I grew to like it because
Yeah.
of Spider-Man run.
I get that. I like John Romita Jr.
And this is 35, and then 36 is when you get that all black issue when 9/11 happened. So they did the one shot for 36, and then back to 37. That's when they got back to the storyline again, and then 37 happens, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's already been spoiled. That's when a lot of stuff happens between Peter Parker and Aunt May. And
sorry, I was listening to you, but I this is terrible. But I thought you meant you weren't going to spoil what happens in the 9/11 issue.
No. in the issues after that, but that's when you get like a lot of like, they're not like key issues, but not right now, I guess. But I guess they could be in the future, where you get this whole reveal of Spider-Man and Aunt May and things like that.
All right. No, awesome. I've never read any of it. Yeah, I'm down to read that for sure. That sounds awesome.
Spider-Man issue 30 through 35. So probably pick this up in a trade. They're cheap nowadays,
And is that early 2000s?
This is early 2000s. Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, I have a big blind spot around that time.
2001.
Yeah, I have a big blind spot around that era.
Yeah.
For a lot of mainstream stuff, especially all the Vertigo and all the weird independent underground creator-owned shit. That's
when that weird like hip hop like inspired,
Yeah, it is. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Thugginess, like just chilling. Yeah, man.
Oh,
what's going on, Immortal Biggie Shaq?
Yep, I was just about to say that myself. What's up, Immortal Biggie Shirt?
Oprah boys. Spider-Man cover Romita did in that run. Issue 43 is sick. Yeah, man. Romita did up to issue 500. And issue 30 right here is 471. So did up to like 29, 30 issues of this amazing Spider-Man run.
Big chunk.
Yeah. I don't think he did every single issue. Don't quote me on that.
All right.
Every single cover, I should say. But he did do the cover for issue 500. And that was like the big main event for this run. It was leading up to issue 500.
All right. That's awesome. Yeah, that seems cool. I can't wait. I always like everything I read from Straczynski too. Like everything I read, I like, but I don't seek them out. I don't get. That's a weird one. I'd be down
Yeah,
to read more.
and I'm not a big Spider-Man fan. I feel like he always changes professions, always changes girlfriends, always changes everything, like status, he's rich, he's poor, he's liked, he's not liked. Oh man, just get just
That's
stick
what I
to
like about him. You can never have anything, and especially now it's great with J. Jonah Jameson as like his pal. That's my favorite shit.
Oh my god.
That shit I love, and they made. Oh, I love it. That I'm fine with. Modern day Spider-Man, from what I've read, the exception of J.J. Abrams' Spider-Man series, is great.
Yo, Funk Comics 814.
Oh,
We're gonna play a little ditty since you're here.
yeah, get it on.
Get it on.
You know what? Play in the number 7. Give us the number 7 song.
Give us the number 7 song.
Give us the number 7 songs. Give us it.
You always know you lose your pick when you need it the most,
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely. I'll just vamp. But yeah, number 7 is gonna be good, guys. But yeah, I can't wait to. We're gonna check out that Amazing Spider-Man run by Straczynski and Romita. Number 7. Number 7. Huh, Hitman. Jam right now. Number 7.
Yes.
All right. I didn't even share. My bad. I got caught up in doing James Brown.
Oh man, keep it going, man.
I got
Keep
it.
going.
Number 7 we got is New X-Men by Grant Morrison, Volume 1. Something I've never read. And Grant Morrison's one of my favorite people. He's a crazy guy who believes he's a magician, and I think he might be, who just loves eating hallucinogens and understands superheroes in a weird philosophical way that makes you go, huh, and then hits you with some weird psychedelic mind trip thing because he knows how to get into people's heads. And so it's fun and good, I'm guessing, because it's Grant Morrison, and I'm down to read it. I'd love to read it. And the art is done by Frank Quitely, one of the weirder artists that do mainstream comic books.
Frank Quitely is so good, man.
Yeah, I love him. Like, he's a crazy person. And all his art is like very weird and disorients me. Like crazy. And it's good. It's great. I love it. But it's a special kind of art. And
he's
yeah,
on the covers too, I think, right? Or
oh yeah, he's on the covers.
yeah,
he's on the covers and interiors, and it's Frank Quitely all over.
That's awesome, man. New X-Men. Is that the? Do you know what issues that is?
No, it's New X-Men. It starts from issue 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it does. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like New X-Men Volume whatever. Just in case. No, they've done all New X-Men and stuff. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they rebooted it for this. Called it New X-Men issue, and it starts from issue 1. If I'm.
Another
no,
great...
I'm wrong. I'm very wrong. It's 114. It's 114.
It's 114 through something, right?
Yeah.
Because I think he introduced. I don't know if he introduced Negasonic Teenage.
He did. That's his creation.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah, and do you know where her name came from?
Is that song right or
it's
something?
A Monster Magnet song. Yeah.
Monster Magnet song. That's what it is, man.
Monster Magnet song.
Remind the chat who Monster Magnet is. Remind me who Monster Magnet is.
Monster Magnet is an old stoner metal band from the 90s. They're still around, and they did that song, Spaceship Motherfucker, or Spaceship Mother for the radio. And yeah, that's who they are. And their band I learned to like over the years. I didn't like them at first, but they grew on me. But yeah,
it's a song, right? It's a song title. Negasonic.
It's a song title. Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and it's actually a pretty cool song. But that's where that comes from. Because Grant Morrison is a psychopath. His name characters after Monster Magnet songs, like that's okay. It's not, but it works.
Oh man, wherever you can get inspiration, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this because you just mentioned Frank Quietly. So I will go ahead and let me see here. Oh, let me see.
That was just a classy 8.
Spider-Man, Southern Comic Geek, if you are still in the chat, I managed to have this in the stack actually. Here you go, is that Amazing Spider-Man issue 43.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice cover. That is a beautiful cover.
Yeah. It's a really nice cover.
All right. That 8.
Hit us with that 8. Thank you for reminding me. I have, because you mentioned Frank Quietly, right? That's how you would pronounce it?
Quietly. Yeah. Because it's not his real name. It's a play on the term quite frankly.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God. I'll get his real name for you now. When I found that out, I was like, are you fucking serious?
Are you serious, dude?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. This is not a joke of mine. Yeah, his name's Vincent Deegan. All
right, I guess he can stay on the list.
Yeah, it can stay on the list, but come on.
4-issue mini, Flex Mentallo, by Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly.
Nice. That's one I read but a while ago. It's great. And I know it ties into Doom Patrol, but I know you don't need Doom Patrol for it to make any sense, because it's hard for it to make much sense anyway.
Yeah, man, we might have like a little Grant Morrison lot or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That we'd be able to ship out.
Yeah, because that is something else. That's a good series. Like, I've read it before, and that one hits close to home. That's a great one.
4 issues, nothing crazy. Flex Mentallo, the muscle man of mystery. He's able to alter reality with his muscles, which is probably one of the coolest superhero powers ever.
Yeah, it's silly.
And his personality is so likable that it's just not even like, it's cool. And here we have that like Dark Knight homage.
Yeah.
I like Flex Mentallo. He was cool in the Doom Patrol DCU series, so that's what made me pick this up. Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly.
Yeah, that's a good duo. And that's
like I said, and I needed to state this again, we did not tell each other our lists.
Not at all.
This is back to back. We picked 6 series, and we were like, okay, let's keep it a mystery, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, no, completely. Number 9. That's
number
me.
9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9.
Number 9.
We're from Beatles to James Brown.
Yeah. No, James Brown was on the original track for that. He's like, this is number 9. You crazy.
Oh, that's the original voice that kept looping back.
Yeah.
It was the reverse track, actually.
Right.
Number 9.
Yeah, my number 9 is going to be, it's something I've never read, been meaning to read it. And I think everybody's been meaning to read it. It's up there for you to put on the screen so I could do it.
I'm sorry. I'm so
good. Ghost Fleet by Donny Cates.
Ghost Fleet, Donny Cates.
Yes, sir.
Early works.
Yeah.
It's not his first work, right? I don't know.
No, I don't think it's his first thing. I can't remember what his first thing is right now. I looked it up at one point, but I don't remember. Yeah, it's Donny Cates and Daniel Warren Johnson with Laura Affey on inks on the 1s and 2s, or colors. I'm not sure, to be honest. But yeah, it's about an elite squad of truckers, and one is like, they have like superpowers of some sort. I only read like one issue and I do not remember it, but it's about truckers and the paranormal. Sign me up.
Yeah, it's something like these people get hired by people who have money to go ship things of value across very dangerous lands or something like that. That's like the way that somebody described it to me, and I was like, what? This sounds insane. I am all about it.
Oh yeah,
It sounds awesome.
It really is. Like, it should be good. Like, again, I read an issue. I love the art. And real quick, shout out to Comic Head 84.
Yo, 84. What's going on, Kenny? Thanks for hanging out, man.
And Thomas Wayne presented a fun fact to us. Mentallo was the cheap brand toy on King of Queens. That is a fact he's got, and he's very right. I do remember that episode of King of Queens when there was a toy and he got all mad about getting Mentallo instead of another toy. It's very good. Very good.
Awesome, man. Holy crap, that's awesome.
But yeah.
Thomas Wayne says, I want that comic. And he's talking about
the Ghost Donny Cates. Yeah, I just saw it on sale at in a bargain bin. I had no idea what it was, so I knew what it was. Yeah, I have it. It was Donny Cates. I'm like, Donny Cates from whoa! I just got it. It's about truckers. Oh, and I do remember one thing. When you open it, it says dedicated to Kurt Russell, because I think it's based heavy on those John Carpenter movies with him, like Big Trouble, Little China.
Right, the supernatural, the magic, the trucks. Hey, what's going on, Rob? Thanks for hanging out, Rob.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Comic Head, man. Yeah, he's watching the show from the ER because he had a kidney stone attack.
Oh man, yeah. Hope you're feeling a lot better, man. Chug some water.
Please do, man. I've gotten hit with one of those. It's not fun, man. Keep in there. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Much love, bro.
That's awesome. I appreciate that so much, man. It's hell. You got this, man.
Yeah, we're going through a list of our series that we want to go through on Oprah Boys Book Club. Oprah Boys, and we have 12 books, but we want to add more, obviously. So if you guys have any recommendations in the chat, of course, it can be anything Marvel, DC, indie, even any graphic novel, like creator type graphic novel type stories. Drop them in the comments.
Yeah, please.
Let us know what you want us to check out. And if you have, anything you want to, say hello, say thank you, we'll appreciate it, man.
Everybody come on in.
Appreciate you guys for watching. So we already went through 9 books. So this is going to be our 10th book.
Sorry, Comic Head. Now you're loaded with pain, man. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. It hurts. This is the worst emergency room pain meds. When I had my kidney stone attack, I ate good amount of pain meds and went to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2 when that was a thing with Adam Garfield. And yeah, that didn't help me enjoy that movie at all. But that's my kidney stone drug. Give me them pills so I could enjoy Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah, man.
Sorry, that's the one with
Jamie Foxx and Paul Giamatti as the Rhino, and Andrew
yes,
Spider-Man. Dennis Leary as a ghost dad cop. Yeah. And Norman Osborn in it for 3 seconds, then you see his big green goblin claw, and then nothing else from him for the rest of the movie.
Oh man, hey,
yeah, I remember that.
We all have our war stories, but I hope everybody's feeling better. And
God. Why do I remember that movie so well for being in a pain med fucking haze?
Maybe you've probably seen it more than once.
I have not. I swear to God, I hated that thing. I did not see it more than once. I think I could recount that movie scene by scene. Let's not do this. Number 10.
Number 10.
Is it you? Me?
It's me, I believe. Right. Yeah, you did Ghost Fleet. Number 10. Let's see. I think I did. No, I did Chew already.
Yeah.
I was seeing if I did all superheroes already.
Get it together.
Get it together, man.
Yeah.
Man, because I have more stuff in here. I have like more than 6 stuff. Let's go with. Is this a repeat? Is this
A what?
Is this one that you were going to show off?
No, it wasn't actually. I think we're good.
Oh man, another Grant Morrison and Frank Wiley. Oh man, I need to stop showing these.
Yeah. Frank Whiteley. You just learn his real name and call him by that out of defiance.
I also have well, we'll go through that later.
No. It's good enough to throw up there, man.
It's
good enough to read. It's good enough for everybody to read.
This is probably one of the most insane Superman stories. Try reading the first 100 issues of Cerebus. Yeah, we already went through that earlier in the chat. Rob Worst, thank you.
Yeah, somebody brought that up, and I got scared thinking about it. God. Maybe a volume. Even those are like giant books, though. I've seen those in stores. They're like you can crush mice with them. We'll do
Batman Forever. All over. Ninja Turtle 10. Yeah, I don't know how many issues it is. I think it's probably 12 issues.
All right. Yeah. No, it's 12 issues.
You've read through it.
That's one of my favorites. For
2011 sure. As well.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most perfect isolated Superman story ever told. Like just an isolated maxi series that's just, hey, this is a Superman story. It's it pretty much mimics the fuck. It doesn't even say it outright. Or I think it might like in like a line or two, but they don't dwell on it. It's Superman's 12 Herculean tasks, like Hercules and stuff, and each issue is a task. So yeah, Grant Morrison's a weird, brainy weirdo who eats drugs and thinks superheroes are great ideas, great to write, and he does it better than anybody. And he's amazing.
And Superman. And it's like the
most wholesome Superman.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't read through it, so I don't want to say anything about it too much, but it's like its own weird, like crazy universe sort of type thing, right? Where he like brings characters in and sort of like I was flipping through it and like the character design in it and like the art inside of it is very, very nice.
Yeah,
Super Terrorist. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Who's
Superman maybe?
Oh man.
Akira, they're phone books, but damn, they're fantastic. I have one or two Akiras, not the full series though.
Right.
But I
talk about Akira.
That's another rabbit hole to dive into. Akira, but definitely.
Yeah.
Beautiful material.
Yeah, that's something I've never dived into, not even a little bit.
Pristine, if I may say so myself.
That might be good to do over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Well, like we do a special Akira thing because I've never read it, I've never watched it. I'm kind of interested.
Batman 2, better than anything Clooney ever did. Batman and Robin was not bad, guys.
Batman and Robin was fire.
Was not bad.
Batman.
Air Spider 23, what's going on? Air Spider, thanks for hanging out, man.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, they're great together. They're a good team. And Frank Whiteley's art is a little bit less gross in this. And Superman, I didn't like that character too much at all. But I was like, oh, Grant Morrison wrote a thing. Let me read it. And it made me like Superman. It made me like the character.
That's only two. That's only two Grant Morrison, Frank Quietly's for me. So I think
it's one for me.
Yeah. So I had.
They're great though. That's what happens when you're great.
Before we move on to number 11, I had X-Men Phoenix End Song 5-issue mini. I had Chew, of course, classic Image indie series. And then I had two Grant Morrison, Frank Quietly's, the Flex Mentallo DC Doom Patrol Run 4-issue mini, and All-Star Superman.
And I put out Mr. Miracle, New X-Men Volume 1. Mr. Miracle, of course, by Tom King and Mitch Gerads. New X-Men Volume 1 by Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley. The Vision miniseries, again by Tom King and somebody whose name I already forgot. Donny, I wrote it down on my list because I didn't remember the name of the Donny Cates book. Ghost Fleet. I wrote Donny Cates' truck book. But
Donny Cates' trucker book.
Yeah, that's what I wrote to remember what it was because I couldn't pull the name.
Pretty much it, man.
Yeah, it's Ghost Fleet.
Yeah.
And then Frank Miller and Bill Sigowitz, Electra Assassin, which I'm excited about that one. And now it's my turn now, right? For my last pick?
Yes, number 11.
Ooh, back to that nice purple bright circle. Yes. Now this one, I'm gonna say, it isn't like a crazy pick. It's probably one of the more mainstream picks I've ever wanted to choose. I could have chosen, but I've been really meaning to reread it again and reread this whole saga. So this is more selfish reasons, and for other reasons, you guys will see. Hobby will probably guess and get why I really want to read it again. Is the classic The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. Because I've been wanting to read it again. That's straight up. Because Frank Miller has become funnier to me than he's ever become. At first, when I was younger in high school and stuff, reading Sin City, I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. He's badass. And over, I'm like, this is kind of bad and lame. I don't know. He writes like a bad James Ellroy novel. And now I'm like, oh, man, this is awesome. He writes like a bad James Ellroy novel. And I'm just loving it. And yeah, I'd really be down to get back into this. And because recently the full Dark Knight series has fallen into my lap with I've had the first one. Somebody lent me the Dark Knight Strikes Back. I have Dark Knight 3 and now the Golden Child. And I don't want to read the Golden Child until I read all these stupid books.
You want the whole lore.
Yeah.
Where you start the Golden Child.
Yeah. For Frank Miller's dumbass books. And again, I love him. But man, he's such a meathead. And this is probably one of his better things. Martha Washington is probably his best. But this is one of the better ones. And dialogue is so funny.
Pivotal Batman storytelling.
Yeah, that too. It did really shape comic book storytelling in the 80s and stuff.
A little ditty for Frank Miller.
Hold on. Let's pull up a picture of his face while you play this.
Okay, please, can you?
Yeah, I got this.
Currently rereading The Dark Knight's Return Master Race. It's like you said, you're building up the whole lore. You have to build up that whole Frank Miller Batman lore.
Oh, for sure.
I've never read Dark Knight's Return. So, and I was surprised because I was like, are we going to have a Batman book on the list?
Yeah, we got one.
We got one.
Now play that little song for that beautiful hunk of man.
Oof.
Looks like it's gonna haunt me in my dreams. Like Freddy Krueger. Like he's gonna get revenge on a bunch of children for burning him in a fire.
It's a Frank Miller ditty.
Yeah. Oh, and Rob Worst, it's Frank Miller, not Mark Millar. Like, I don't know if Mark Millar got brought up, but I will not entertain a Mark Millar book on this show, so don't worry about that.
Mark Millar did Magic Order, right?
Yeah, he's done Magic Order, Nemesis, Kick-Ass 2, and a bunch of other comics that made me stop believing in people, that everybody could stay consistent forever. Because all of his things end so bad.
This is the Mark Millar did it. I feel like he's like.
Mark Millar?
No, don't pull a Mark Millar's face.
Okay, no problem. All right.
Can you pull him up if you find him specifically next to anything Netflix associated?
On it.
Then I will. If you guys have ever seen any Office Hours or anything like that, that's my type of comedy. So
What's Office Hours?
Tim Heidecker.
Oh, that's right.
With Vic and that guy.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And the Dog Pound, number 12. So we've gone through 12 books in our series, Oprah Boys Book Club.
End it up.
We appreciate everybody who's been here in the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out on this late night stream.
Yeah, it's late night. My hair's gotten
the whole gimmick of Oprah Boys Book Club is that we want to bring the community as closest together as we can with these titles. We want to read through them, and we want you guys to read through them as well. And then that way we can all kind of come together and talk about these series. I keep,
I'm sorry again. Something got brought up about Frank Miller. I didn't want to block.
Please do it.
I don't want to block, but he brought up an interesting discussion point. What happened? 9/11 happened, and Frank Miller went all racist neocon. What happened to him personally? I'm not sure. He was just really affected by that. I guess he's a New York guy, and certain things hit him like that. But I will say, from all the stuff I've read recently from Frank Miller, he's more or less not that anymore. It seems there's some and like more left-leaning philosophies than other stuff than he's been in late. So he's not. 9/11 happened and made him crazy. Then he went away for a little bit, came back, got sick, and I don't know. I think he's changed his attitude. But he went off the deep rail. He went off the rails for a bit.
He did Golden Childhood. He did something else though, right?
He's done a good chunk of stuff lately. He did Superman Year One lately.
Oh yeah. That's what.
And he co-wrote the Dark Knight 3 as well as he could because he was sick during it. And I think he's done a couple other things. I don't know if he's done much, but he's gonna keep cranking stuff out.
Yeah.
So he's back, and it seems like, I don't know. I like his writing more than ever. Well, not more than ever. Martha Washington is good, more than the last little bit. But yeah, something hit him hard about that. Some sense of, I don't know. It really got to him, but he seems to be different now.
Yeah, well, that's why we're going to review Dark Knight Returns.
And that was before he turned into a crazy person. Mean, hard man.
Sin City 2 is always another thing that I've actually wanted to read. I know I saw the movie, and I was like, I love the movie.
Oh, you like the second Sin City?
Sin
City as well. There's a Sin City 2 that.
No. I just want to read Sin City because I like the movie.
Yeah,
as much as you can like that sort of movie.
Oh yeah, the first movie was a perfect thing.
Yeah.
Try not to watch that second. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
No offense.
Oprah Boys, thanks. Mark Hugh Roberts, thanks for hanging out, man.
Thank you, Ming.
Shout out to you. So yeah, just like bringing the community together with these books, and we're trying to start up this thing. We're working on the logistics. We came up with this list. We compiled this list. I'm gonna drop my email, and yes, I still use AOL, and my IG as well, just in case you guys want to DM me and get a little bit more associated with what it means to be part of the Oprah Boys Book Club. And once we compile a list, it's probably going to be quarterly, like every 3 months. We'll probably send out boxes to you guys, and you will have these books, and you will be able to read through them before we do the reviews live here on YouTube. So join the Conquistador Comic Book Club, Oprah Boys Book Club. thank you guys, everybody in the chat. We'll go through our number 12 and then do a little bit of a recap and then call it a night.
Yeah.
Here's my number 12. And I want to do Descender. Jeff Lemire.
Oh, nice.
And Jeff Lemire and Dustin Eugen.
Awesome.
I don't know if it's broken up into volume 1 and volume 2 where 6 different issues.
Yeah.
But I have up to 12. You know, this is issue 12 here.
I think I read that first volume. I know. I haven't.
Yeah, maybe we'll do just volume 1. Maybe we'll just do.
I'd actually like to get into two volumes of that if we're going to get into.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I read that first one, I'd like to see what comes next.
Yeah, crazy robotic. A story about robots and what it means to be a robot and what it means to be human, and you know, just like we were talking about Akira earlier in the chat, and Akira has multiple themes, and I know Rob can agree with me here, but you know, the whole body and machine manipulation and things like that. But I don't know exactly what Descender's about, but I have the issues and I want to read through them. I want to read them. I want to review them with you guys. Number 12, Oprah Boys, D Hyde.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. I'm pretty, yeah.
Always being a part on this.
No problem. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. I was in the comments. Making sure to explain that I'm not justifying Frank Miller's hate. I was just covering my bases on that one.
Of course, we don't justify any hate here on the Conquistador channel, but we are an open discussion.
Yeah.
Open forum. No barred.
Quoting the man Frank Miller himself.
Yeah.
But just had to get that out there.
So D Hyde, I don't want to make you pull up all the pictures again, but if you have them available.
I don't. I closed them out to make it easier for me because I didn't think about it.
But we'll just go through
the list.
Yeah, we'll just go through the list, and I mean, I already have some books that I didn't mention that we can, you know, compile for future lists. Here's my email. Here's my IG. We are working on the logistics. The Conquistadorks are going to put our heads together. We're going to put our brains together and try to form how to make this as monetary, easy for you guys on the cheap side, and how we can make it as time efficient as possible, where we can get these books to you out in a time as early as before we review the books, and you know, you can read through them and things like that. So
you're rocking an AOL email, right on.
Yeah, AOL, man.
Right on.
Just that's awesome. 202. That's where I do my business.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you everybody in the chat. So I have X-Men, Phoenix Endsong, this crazy Greg Pak, Greg Land 5-issue X-Men series.
Awesome. Yeah,
about the Phoenix, of course. I have Chew, a classic Image. Taster's Choice, man. You can't go wrong with that.
No, that seems awesome.
I have Flex Mentalo. This will be a breeze, 4 issues. Some Grant Morrison love. Yeah. Grant Morrison love.
Yeah, we could throw that again. That'd be a nice 1 episode thing.
And then we can also lump this in with some more Grant Morrison love and Frank Quitely love. All-Star Superman. And then Descender.
Oh, man.
Issues 1 through 12. We'll probably do 2 volumes of that. And last but not least, this Amazing Spider-Man series. by Straczynski and Ramita Jr.
Hell yeah. Those are some good picks.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm actually excited to read all those, and
Yeah.
so excited to reread All-Star Superman again.
Yeah, and before you go, I just wanted to mention, like, a lot of people are coming out these top 20, top 10, top 2020 hot lists, hot books. Let's get to the reading, man. Let's do some reading,
Yeah. All right. And the 6 I chose again, I'll run through them quick. Mr. Miracle by Tom King and Mitch Gerads. I'm going to do it like Don Pardo from SNL. New X-Men Volume 1 by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. The Vision by Tom King and another guy. Ghost Fleet by Donny Cates. The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. Now it's movie film. I lost Don Pardo. Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. And the Frank Miller and Bill Sienkiewicz, Elektra Assassin. Which I do say, I don't know if we're doing final selections or if one of us get a final. Let's pick one from our list or pick one that we like, and then we'll have the chat decide.
What would go first?
Yeah. I'm choosing Elektra Assassin.
You're choosing what? Sorry?
Elektra Assassin. That's got my vote for first thing. I got
I think I think we still need to come up with some sort of logistics behind of what because I don't have Elektra Assassin.
I only got 4 issues of it. There's ways and means to do it.
No, of course there's ways and means to do it. So let's we'll probably for next week is what we will have an interim episode. Oprah Boys Book Club will probably be doing we'll probably do Superman Year 1.
Okay. Yeah, let's do Superman Year 1 or even Flex Mentala. That's you want to do logistics.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we can do whatever we do that's on the list, we'll just obviously replace it, and then the whole thing is that if anybody is interested and actually wants to be a whole part of this thing,
that's right.
Is once we figure out what we're reading, we'll come up with like dates, put series to dates and say, okay, we'll do these between these weeks.
Yeah. Right.
So that will fall under this month, or that will fall under this box of books that we'll be shipping out. And then we'll go from there,
I keep forgetting that's a thing, and that's my
bad. No, for sure, man.
I signed off on it. I just keep forgetting. So my bad.
The more reading we all can do, the better. And I know that with or without this idea, the chat support is always going to be there, and they're always going to be in the chat, obviously, watching the streams and being awesome participants and members of this awesome community. So we appreciate you all for sure.
No, for sure.
Thank you, guys.
So don't vote on the 2 because I spoke out of line.
Elektra. Big Remo says Elektra.
I know. Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in, but we got to be patient.
Yeah.
Big Remo, we'll get there. Believe me, I'm with you, buddy.
What do you want to do next week, D-Hide?
Next week, let's do Superman Year 1. We've been talking about it forever, and it's more Frank Miller dumbness. I'm in.
Okay.
Like, we have it. We've been talking about it. We should do it.
Awesome. Superman Year 1, 3-issue, magazine size. Black Label?
Yeah. Yeah, it is Black Label. I think
Black Label.
DC. Yeah.
DC Black Label Superman story. And I'm sorry, Thomas Wayne. Yeah. Superman's not your boy. That's not your guy. But we're gonna be doing it because of the way that Frank Miller wrote this story.
And, real quick,
the synergy between Frank Miller and John Romita Jr.
You're right. I'm sorry, but I just need to give Goat 99 something he asked for. Joe Piscopo. There. He wanted me to introduce Joe Piscopo in the Don Pardo voice. I gave it to him. We're nothing but generous on the. If we're nothing, I don't know. We're nothing. We're nice. We're nice here. We give the people what they want.
Maki
All right.
Roberts. So we'll do a little ditty to close things off. Derek, if you want to have any closing comments, any announcements.
Let's get it going in the new year. I love you guys. Thank you for coming out and making this a pretty strong episode. Well, there's been a good countdown. I can't wait to get these things out, get these things to you, and build a real Oprah Boys book club here for all you Oprah boys and girls out there. Thank you.
Awesome, man. I couldn't have said it better myself. Those were some amazing closing statements.
Yeah, it was pretty beautiful. Pretty words. So.
I appreciate you, D Hyde, and everything that you do.
And you too, Javi, of course. Like I don't even gotta mention that. Oh, I ain't singing. Like he's just gonna sing that. Like a talk over.
Oops.
So yeah, like I said, love you. Another Oprah Boys book club in the books. We're gonna find ways to put music in here more now. That needs to be done. Yeah.
We need to have drops or something like that.
Yeah, we need to get really obnoxious drops.
Yeah. Thank you guys, everybody in the chat. You guys have an amazing rest of your night. I am going to put an updated list on the description of this video once I can edit things and things like that. Yes, have a great night. Don't die. Great advice.
It is good.
I will put a list of the books that we just talked about in the description. So if you can obviously skip forward, but to make it easier, I'll just put that list for you there, guys.
Yeah.
And I'll put my email, my Instagram, and we'll see where things go from there. Regardless, we will keep Oprah Boys rolling next week, Superman Year 1, and I can't wait. We'll hopefully have some special guests as well.
Yeah.
You guys have a great night. You guys are awesome.
Tiny Tim kisses.